Judith's earliest principalship here at Loreto, we had the decision in order to consolidate the Dawson Street site up here onto the Sturt Street site. Dawson Street was a place held very fondly by past students and staff members, and I always will appreciate the fact that Judith recognised that, and we held significant celebrations in order to mark the significance of that site and moving on to the Sturt Street site together.
Judith, I'd just like to thank you for embracing and always appreciating the work that we do in the technology faculty to challenge our students. You've always been there at events, whenever I've held a high tea, whenever I've done dinners in the parlour. You were there late at night supporting me when there were very few people around. So thank you, I can't thank you enough, and I wish you all the best.
13 years ago, when I started teaching product design and technology, you were there right at the start, supportive, ready to listen, and if I had any outrageous ideas, which I did, you'd think carefully about them, maybe modify them a little bit, but generally we'd just go for it. And we have formed a partnership throughout. Perhaps one of the biggest events to come out of that was the fashion parade. So from very early days in the canteen foyer, we've moved through to now a standalone event here at the Abbey Theatre. And I would just like to thank you for your overwhelming support. The other event I remember so fondly is the Premier Awards, where you'd travel with me down on the train so that we could support the girls and their parents. So Judith, overall, it's been an amazing partnership. Thank you so much.
Well, look, Judith, thank you so much for this, journey that you and I have had together. I'm delighted for you that you can now look forward to a retirement that is so well earned. I do have a very clear memory of us working together so well as a team. When you arrived, I was the liturgy coordinator, and then the Year 12 coordinator, and thanks to you, the Director of Faith and Mission. And we have walked a path together that has been both very straight and sometimes very, very crooked. I like to think that we have been a really good team together. I think we understand one another. I have a deep, deep appreciation for your devotion to our students. I would say that that is your legacy. Those girls know that you have their best interest at your heart. And I can't thank you enough for that, because in the end, that's what makes Loreto what it is, our students, and you've always understood that.
Judith, your door has always been open. You've always been there for everyone. Only somebody who's sat in your seat really understands what the job is all about, but you've always been there, you're professional, you're honest. Above all else, you stand up for people's well-being. It's just exactly who you are a Loreto woman. The other day, some Senate girls came in and you went and said hello to them. You know, you hadn't seen the girls for such a long time. You were laughing, joking with them. And when you came back, the first thing you said is, that has just made my day. And you felt such joy to see the beautiful girls. I'm going to miss you.
I have memories of us coming together on a Saturday afternoon to run detentions and bringing you a long black coffee. I'm going to say that these last 6 months have been especially personal for me, as I was able to, I feel, walk with you again as you recovered from illness and then various other challenges that life threw at you. And Judith, from that very first day when you arrived, you just lifted your head up and got that job done. And that really is a testament to your own incredible strength. I think you are a truly wonderful person, and I'm so delighted that you get the chance now to share some of your life in retirement with your beloved father and family.
I think for me, Judith exemplifies the Loreto spirit in a quiet and unassuming way. You see the way that she has a look of pride on her face at an assembly, or when she's speaking to the girls and they achieve their own goals. And I think that powerful, quiet leadership is something that we're very, very grateful for here at Loreto.
Judith, congratulations on a wonderful career in education to date. I do say to date because I can't see you moving away from education in the near future. How would you go from your current 60 to 70 hours a week to nothing? But I do hope there is a gentle transition to a much quieter period in the next phase of your life. All the very best. Thanks.
Judith, coming back here as a staff member after being a Loreto student, seeing your warmth and your love was just so beautiful, and I think that I love the school more as an employee as I did as a student, which is probably hard to say, but I think it's even more treasured as you grow older and you can see what it means to you as a person, so thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Judith, for understanding the intrinsic value of music and the performing arts. Your leadership and vision has allowed the students of Loreto College to grow both academically and holistically in the area of music and performing arts. Thank you also for the creation of the beautiful MMC. The girls are continuing to flourish using this facility. You are our #1 ticket holder, and by memory you've been to every concert that we have given. You always say that our performances fill your heart with joy, so we now wish for you to carry that joy in your heart as you move on to your retirement. Thank you.
Thank you, Judith, for more than 10 years of your guidance, your support, your friendship, and for always knowing the right thing to say. Going forward, when I'm in a situation where I'm not quite sure what to do, I will always think, what will Judith say?
Judith, your introduction and ongoing support of the Marketing and Development Office to this school has enabled Loreto College and all of the wonderful work that goes on here to be seen by all beyond the historic fence, and enable it to shine as the true gem that it is in our local, our national and our global communities.
It has been my pleasure to witness the outstanding commitment of Judith at Loreto Ballarat. Judith leads with integrity, empathy and a determined vision for what can be, and this is demonstrated in the completion of the beautiful Mary's Mount Centre and the planning for a new campus. Judith has an enduring quality to see good in everyone and bring out the best in them. Loreto Ballarat is richer for her presence here. I wish you all the best for the future, Judith, and I look forward to our continuing friendship.
Judith, your desk sits right in front of that amazing picture of Mother Gonzaga Barry looking over your shoulder in all the 14 and a half years that you've been here. In the true spirit of Mother Gonzaga Barry, you have truly left something on which others may build.
Judith has a leadership style that comes from the heart. She holds the girls at the forefront of her mind in every decision that she makes. Judith epitomises the 5 pillars of the Loreto values in her everyday life. Her attention to detail and meticulous approach to her work is a strong legacy she leaves at Loreto. Thanks, Judith.
I could probably describe Judith's leadership style as one that's very kind and compassionate. She's very collaborative. She has a strong sense of integrity. She has a really strong work ethic and very inclusive of all of us, I think.
When Judith first started at school, she was faced with an extremely difficult challenge, and along the way there have been equally many challenges. So Judith, this is the time when you can stop, relax, spend time with that precious family of yours that we hear so much about. We thank you very much for everything you've done for Loreto College, and I personally will miss working closely with you here at school.
I had the great privilege of travelling with Judith to a Loreto International Conference in South Africa in 2017. It was a great experience. We really enjoyed meeting up with other Loreto teachers, educators, sisters from around the world. The purpose was to put together a Loreto or Mary Ward Compass and to renew the vision of the Loreto sisters. We arrived in South Africa in Pretoria the day before the conference. Judith and I met up with Susan Stevens and Miriam from Kirribilli, and we decided we'd go for a walk together. We wandered around. We found the South African Parliamentary Building, we found the statue of Nelson Mandela, and then we thought we'd wander into the CBD. As we went wandering into the CBD, we found that things, our surroundings got a little bit darker, the cars got a little bit rougher, the people got a bit rougher, and we then decided that perhaps we had wandered into the wrong side of town. I looked at Judith and thought we weren't going to be able to run away if there was trouble, and I didn't think she was going to be able to save me either. So we decided that we would find some sort of a cab and get out of there as quick as we possibly could. We got back to the hotel and told the local people where we'd been, and they said we had ventured into the wrong part of town. So I wasn't really trusting Judith again as to giving directions where we were going in South Africa. Later in the conference, after the conference was over, I had decided that I would go on a safari. Everyone else decided to go back home. After a few days, I got quite unwell and I ended up with pneumonia in a South African hospital all on my own. And in typical Judith style, I rang her and said, "I'm sorry, I'm in hospital." She said, "That's all right, I'll get on a plane and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can." And that's the sort of thing that Judith would do for any one of her staff or any one of her community. She'll just go out of her way to help anyone. And I thought that was a great sign of what Judith is about.
I'd like to thank you, Judith, for all the things you've done here in your time at Loreto. I'd like to thank you particularly for all the building and facilities that you've brought about in your time. It's made teaching wonderfully good here. I'd also like to thank you for the wonderful speeches that you give, particularly in formal occasions like graduation dinner and formal assemblies. You always manage to connect the head and the heart and challenge the girls to be their very, very best. I wish you well in your retirement.
So Miss Potter has taught us to embrace everyone's differences and always be yourself, no matter how quirky or out there that might be.
Yeah, she's really embraced those values of Loreto, which is like verity and sincerity, and she really shows us all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes in organising the Loreto community and also in front of the students.
Hi Judith, I'm really happy to be given this opportunity to share my appreciation and my gratitude for my 3 years so far at Loreto. And when I was asked about this, I straight away remembered my interview. I was more nervous than I've usually been at an interview. There was a lot riding on it. And I remember particularly during the interview process, you just focused on one of my answers about student well-being and any concerns about those students in my classroom. And when you showed a great interest in that, I knew then, as I know now, that you're constantly thinking of the well-being of students at Loreto, and I think that's how you live your life every single day. So I just wanted to say thank you very much and all the best for your future endeavours.
One of my favourite Judith moments would be involving the 3D printers. But I was a little bit crafty the day we had the vendor in to do a demo, and we rang down to see if Judith was available to come up and have a look. So Judith joined a group of Year 8 students here in the makerspace to have a look at the printers, and a couple of hours later we had 6 new printers in the library. I'd like to wish you all the best for your retirement, Judith. Thank you.
So I started at Loreto as a student in 2007, so very early on in Judith's time here at Loreto. One of the things that Judith implemented during her time as principal was the beginning of our official school rowing program, which was very desired by lots of previous students. It had been something that girls were asking for a really long time, and our official school program began in 2007. So in 2008 I was lucky enough to participate in rowing as a school sport for Loreto. I've gone through all the way through to my graduation in 2012 as a rower, and since then I've been a volunteer coach, a support coordinator, and I'm now stepping into the role of rowing coordinator at Loreto for this coming season. And throughout that time, Judith has been an enormous supporter of rowing as a school program and has always seen the immense value that our program offers to the students and has always been supportive of that. So we're incredibly grateful to her for that.
Judith's been very, very supportive of the program the whole time. I wasn't around personally when it began. Around 2015, she had some meetings, as she usually does, with other Loreto principals at conferences around Australia, and she's been a great advocate of what we do here, sharing stuff that we do. And that particular time, she brought back the idea of positive education. And what it did is it enhanced our well-being program. In 2008, Geelong Grammar was one of the first schools to implement any kind of positive education program. So by 2015 and 16, for Judith to recognize that this is the way education was going, it was very innovative at the time and actually allowed Loreto here to be at the forefront of that whole process. Now, we called it Felicitas Life because what we do here is we Loretoize the concept. So it's still positive education with a Mary Ward twist, very much in the Loreto tradition.
Judith has a really strong understanding of how student activity in the performing arts and visual arts support their academic success. So she has really supported this faculty extensively. She's created new positions to enhance students' learning. She's created buildings, she's developed rooms that are purpose-built, and a number of new subjects have started up since Judith has taken the reins. We now have media, we have Viscom and design for the first time ever, and theatre studies have all started here at the school under her leadership.
So a little memory from my time as a student here at Loreto when I was co-captain in 2012. Myself and Molly Fisher waltzed into Judith's office and announced that we wanted to host a first ever Year 12 Easter egg hunt in the front gardens, and in typical Judith fashion, she didn't say no, but she just raised her eyebrows and said, okay, well, I look forward to seeing how that goes for you, and it was a raging success, so that's it. Yeah, and I think they still do it today, but as per usual, Judith was always just willing to see what crazy ideas we had and how they would kind of come to fruition, I guess.
So Judith started the steering committee, what are we in, 2020, so end of 2018, and we've been developing our school in a direction to prepare our students for a complex and uncertain future, and I think we can see that now is more important than any time ever. And the teachers are now preparing to move away from an industrial education focus into a future skills education focus.
Judith, can I add my voice to the many others that are wanting to say thank you to you for your wonderful contribution to Loreto. And I would add to the broader church community in Ballarat that you've entered into fully. And I've loved the opportunity of working with you over these 14 and a half years. And I really do congratulate you on your leadership of Loreto and your term as principal. And I've loved being able to pray with you here in this beautiful chapel, to enjoy working with you in the community. And I wish you every blessing for the years ahead. May God bless you always, Judith, and thank you.
It was a pleasure and a privilege as Chair of Council to appoint Judith as Principal, and what superb leadership she has given to our college. 1,000 thanks to you, Judith, and best wishes in abundance. And we wish you not farewell, but fair forward.
Hi Ms Potter, thanks so much for your 15 years of service at Loreto. We were very lucky to have you and hope you enjoy your retirement. We'll miss you so much.
Hi, I'm Kate Tinney from the class of 2015. I just wanted to say thank you to Ms Potter for providing such a wonderful holistic education at Loreto. There were so many great opportunities to thrive both academically and in extracurricular activities, and a wonderful sense of belonging and community at the school.
Hi, it's Anna Tinney from the class of 2017. I just wanted to wish Ms Potter all the best for the future and to let her know that I was so grateful to have a principal that supported the performing arts while I was at Loreto. Performing in concerts and musicals at the Marymount Mount Centre was so special, and I'll cherish those memories for the rest of my life. Thanks so much.
My dear Judith, my deep appreciation for all you have given to Loreto Ballarat. Your dedication, your graciousness, your educational expertise, and your striving to ensure Gonzaga Barry's legacy is reverenced and preserved. You have been a wonderful model to our students. Blessings on you, Judith, a true Mary Ward woman.
Hi Ms Potter, Tessa Kenny here from the class of 2019. Just wanted to say a massive thank you for everything that you contributed to the Loreto community, and especially for inspiring all of us to be strong female leaders, and we appreciate you so much, and thank you. We wish you the best of luck.
Hi Ms Potter, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for everything that you've done for the Loreto community. I know a lot of us girls have been so grateful to have known you and have heard all of your empowering stories, and yeah, just everything you've had to share with us and all the wisdom. Just sending you my best wishes and thank you again.
Hi, my name is Hannah Augustine and I was a part of the class of 2019.
I feel so incredibly blessed that I was able to attend Loreto Ballarat, and wanted to acknowledge the huge role that Miss Potter has played in this. I just think that she loves the school and everybody in it so much, and I wanted to say a huge thank you to you, Miss Potter, for everything that you've done and helping create so many lasting memories that I will seriously treasure for a long time to come. So thank you.
My name is Lucy Flynn and I'm from the class of 2015. My time at Loreto is something that I'll cherish forever. Miss Potter inspired me to be whoever and whatever I want to be. She showed me what incredible leaders women are and guided me on my own leadership journey. So thank you, Miss Potter. Thank you for inspiring me.
In my experience, Mary, the thing I've appreciated most about Judith is her openness to change.
Oh, I have to agree with you, Sue. And the thing that's impressed me is her absolute concern for the well-being of our girls.
Yep. In the classroom, she's allowed us to try bold, new ways of delivering the curriculum that's allowed the girls to develop the greatest understanding and appreciation for the subject matter.
That's right, and she was very bold when we embarked upon a new school uniform a number of years ago, and she worked so hard to make sure that we have a uniform for the girls to be proud to wear.
And they do wear it proudly.
They do wear it proudly.
And it was lovely that they got to have a say in what the final uniform would look like as well.
That's right. Judith is such a consultative person.
She is.
Yes.
As a Loreto parent, past pupil, board and development committee member, I've witnessed firsthand Judith's amazing expertise and commitment to Loreto College. For example, in establishing the Development Office and her great support in setting up the alumni database so that we could re-engage so many of our wonderful past pupils. It's been a real challenge.
Another thing that I associate with Judith when I think of this school is the importance of the school values.
Very much so, and the girls know the values.
And when they know the values, every decision that's made is transparent and clearly understood.
I agree, Sue.
And I think that Judith lives those values every day.
Judith, thank you so much from the Past Pupils Association for all that you did in your very calm and welcoming manner to make Loreto Federation 2015 such a spirit-filled celebration of 140 years of Loreto in Australia, and for always making us feel so welcome and keeping the traditions and the histories of our school, which we treasure so much.
I think, Mary, that the Quiet Good girls have a lot to thank Judith for.
Yes, she has been a wonderful advocate for our Quiet Good girls.
Well, Judith is the longest serving principal that Loreto Ballarat has had, being the second lay principal. And during the years that she's been here, I think it's the built environment that has changed the most. All the buildings that have been built have demonstrated her philosophy of actually respecting the heritage and the traditions of Loreto. The Archive Centre is one of the buildings that she built that we're sitting in now, and that has the modern state-of-the-art rooms around it, but at the heart of it is the heritage building. And I think this is something that Judith has shown through all her buildings and the traditions that she has retained.
Thanks for everything, Judith. It's been an honour and a privilege to work underneath you. You've given me lots of opportunity to progress my personal career. I do have one disappointing piece of news for you, that my daughter Amy, who starts next year, will be very disappointed that you're not here for her journey as well. But we wish you all the best.
My retirement wish to you, Judith, is an adaptation of Mary Ward's words. I hope that in God's goodness you will have time to be free and experience great peace.
Judith, a mathematical farewell. May your sense of fulfilment increase exponentially, your joy be limitless, your friendships constant, and your blessings infinite. May your highs be maximised, your lows minimised. Farewell, Judith. I wish you the very best that life has to offer.
At the end of a concert, we always like to recognise students, and more often than not, the girls want to give us a big hug and we want to give them a big hug back. So I love the fact that Judith steps in front of us, pops her hand out, and shakes the hand nice and solidly to ensure that we are following all the child safety protocols.
Hi Judith, just a quick message to say thank you so much for all this time and the opportunities these past 3 years, and we look forward to seeing you again in the future.
I'm just really lucky and grateful that both my daughters have had the opportunity to be educated here at Loreto under Judith's leadership, and I just have so much to thank her for because of that.
I like the way Judith incorporates her the college values in her leadership. I love the way how she has a vision for the school, and she sees that it's our role as teachers, as educators, that we're building on something, or building on the shoulders of the Loreto sisters who have come before us. I like that image that we're here building on the great work of the sisters, ready to pass on to the next generation of educators this wonderful school that has been created.
So Judith, your wonderful fashion sense and interest in sewing, I'm hoping that in your retirement, although I don't really call it retirement, I think you're just going to have a bit of a rest and then move on to something else, but you do allow yourself that little bit of time to delve into that special interest of yours. And once again, thank you so much for everything.
Absolutely, Judith. Your fashion sense has been an inspiration to me, and I still long for and remember that beautiful outfit you wore when we commissioned you. I think it was very red and stylish, and you set the tone from then.
Judith, you sometimes say of your sister Claire, what would Claire do? I think she would say, Judith, exactly what you've always done.
Behind closed doors, Judith has actually got a very wicked sense of humour. You can have a serious meeting with her, or a staff member can come in and then you can see that she quite gets the giggles. I have quite a sense of humour, so I might say something a bit cheeky and you can see the glint in her eye and the cackle of laughter, which is really nice, especially if it's been quite serious and quite stressful. I like to try and make Judith laugh, which has been really nice.
Judith, you're an amazing leader, an amazing lady, and I'm very sad that you're leaving. But I look forward to our long lunches at the lake house.
I hope you have a wonderful retirement, Judith. Meet and see your beautiful nephews and nieces and brothers and sisters more often. I'll miss you a lot. Take care.
We won't see you around so much, but I know you're going to be near that lake and heading back and forwards to Melbourne, but drive safe and enjoy that retirement that I know you deserve. Thank you.
So Judith, we look forward to seeing you and pictures of you mountain climbing, ballooning and doing all of those fantastic things we know you've been wishing you could do. So all the best, and we look forward to hearing of your adventures.
Happy retirement, Judith. I'll really miss our chats.
We'll miss you, Miss Potter.
I particularly look forward to our champagne catch-ups.
Judith, in your retirement, I hope you get so much more time to throw on those beloved Melbourne footy colours and barrack for your team.
So Judith, I wish to extend my heartfelt thanks for your principalship. Thank you for all that you've done for us here at Loreto. Thank you for the manner in which you've continued the Loreto spirit, and I wish you all the very best for your immediate future and the future beyond. Again, thanks and best wishes.